What's going on, YouTube? I'm back finally. I didn't make a video last weekend because we spent the whole weekend plowing. Who said there was more paint in here? Oh, here it is. We are painting. Quite a bit's gotten done since I have been recording last because I've been at school and he's been here working in the evenings because he's ready to get it done. So it's all black now and we're just putting more paint on it. It's looks pretty good actually for a couple of teenagers. So focus, there we go, here we go. So yeah, the top is Rhino focus. Why are we not, there we go. The top, why are we not focusing? Anyway, the top here has been Rhino lined, like with bed liner. And then the skirt and the headache rack are all gloss black. Well, everything got Rhino lined, and then the skirt and the headache rack in the box got gloss over it. So everything's got a coat of Rhino lining on it to protect it. And then it, God, it's not wanting to focus tonight. Yeah, everything's got a coat of Rhino lining on it, and then part of it, everything but the top of the bed has gloss black over it. So it looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. So what I'm doing, he's underneath Rhino lining everything again. Oh, there he is. Hello. Since he's got everything already painted once, I'm just going over again on all the like pretty good wear spots. So yeah, hold on. So I'm pretty much going along the edges, getting the rub rails again. There he is. But getting all the edges where you're gonna, and the rub rails in the pockets where you're gonna strap things to it, and the corners, and just really trying to get the edges at least one more good coat on them, because that'll be where the most wear is, and that's where the paint will wear off first. Why are you not focusing tonight? So I'm pretty much just kind of coming along and just getting within the couple inches of the edge and trying to get the rub rail real good, and I'll do the underside here in a second. Yeah, because the edges are going to be the part that wears the most. Get the whole corner here. So while we're waiting on that bed to dry, we're going to start figuring out the lighting. Try to figure out how we're going to wire all this up. So right here is what we're going to put in the headache rack. So we got two white ovals, the red oval, and two of these little red pin lights that go in the headache rack. So we figure we'll knock that out first, and then the rest of it should be easy compared to that, because the rest of it we can do underneath. He has climbed up there to try to find, I'm assuming he's trying to find a jumper wire. He didn't say anything before he's just walked over there. So I'm guessing he's trying to find a piece of wire to, oh, there we go. He's focus. He's trying to find a wire to lengthen these so we can connect them to the battery and make sure they all work and whatnot. Make sure. Oh. So here's what we got so far. So we got these white ones wired together. So this is on the passenger side when the wire goes all the way across the headache rack and hooks into the one on the driver's side. And this big wire goes down and it'll go into the cab through a switch. And those will be our like cargo lights type deal. And then he's wiring up the brake light and these 2 red pin lights. We've got these really nice connectors. They're really handy. You can crimp them together, and then they're also heat shrink, so they seal up nice and tight. You can see here, there's a crimp in there, and then you can put the heat gun on them, and then they shrink up and are weather tight, I guess. I don't know. They're real nice and slick. Well, here's what we've got so far. I believe we've got all the... Why are you not focusing tonight? I believe we have all of the wiring done for the top head correct. These side marker lights still need screwed in. He's still on to find screws for them. Yeah, this one's not even remotely in there. There we go. It's supposed to go like that. I moved the heater up here to help cook some of this paint on so we could work up here. But yeah, these are the cargo lights, and then these all 3 of these red ones are brake lights. So we're pretty happy with it so far. We still got a lot more wiring to do and a lot more lights to put in, but yeah. This makes us happy. This shows us some progress. So this is where we've gotten so far. Focus. We have these 2 looms to go to these 7 lights here. We're going to hook them all together, finally. And yeah, we're going to hook them together. And then we'll have those all hooked up. And then we'll probably go to the brake lights, and then strobes, and then the backup lights would be my guess. And then we'll do the marker lights. But he's plugging them in now. And then we'll hook them up to see if they all work here in a minute. I'm gonna get them all hooked up. So we got all these lights working. And they're all wired up together finally. And then now we're working on these side marker lights. These little guys. We've got these 2 front ones. Oh, God. We've got these 2 front ones wired in together. And now he's drilling holes in the fender well so we can run wires up over the wheel and back through here. These are just these little guys, just like the red ones up top, except they're orange. So what I'm doing now while he's messing around down there is I've got to take these rubber pieces off and put them in the holes so he can just wire up the lights and then stick them right in and not have to mess around with the grommets because they're kind of a pain. So I can do that while he's wiring still, splicing everything together. So yeah, let me get these taken off and I'll get back with you. So I've got 8 of these done. He's got the rest of them already messed around with. But these little guys, there, something like that. These guys have to go in these holes. There's apparently 8 more on, there's 3 more on this side and 5 more on the other side. So I gotta put all them in. Hold on. I gotta cater to him since he can't reach anything. I gotta throw them in, and then all these lights he's gotta wire in up there, under there. And there's the last one. I'm heat shrinking these. Trying to burn the paint off of it. And he's wiring up that next one. We're slowly getting her done. Well, let there be light. This side is done. Well, Harm, what do you think?
It looks like a cattle pod.
Everybody's gonna think he's a bull hauler now. The chicken lights in chrome. So we've got a backup light here and a strobe here, and then a backup light and a strobe light, and then 2 more tail lights and 2 more marker lights, and then all the little pin lights down the side. How many's on each side? Is there 6 on each side? There's 7.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7 of them little orange lights, and then we have to tie everything together and make it all work together. Right now, all the lights that are on are tied together, and then all the lights up there are tied together, but they're not. These lights are not tied to these lights.
I think we're gonna put one in here.
Put one in the gooseneck ball, and then we're gonna put a couple in each, in this box and in the box over in this corner.
Probably just a white one.
No, just
White
a
pen or something.
white.
Or orange or red or something.
white, just to give us some light in there so we can see what we're doing in the dark.
It's pretty dark in there.
Because it's,
I guess it's white right now.
it's pretty dark in there. So we just counted, and there's 25 marker lights on this bed.
3 brake lights up on the top.
3 brake lights on top.
2 backup lights up on top.
2 backup lights. 2 backup lights back here. 2 strobes. Did we cut we cut 40 some holes in this for lights?
I don't know how many there was. 4.
I think it was over 40, I think, is what I counted eventually. Is how many holes were in this for lights. That's not including anything that we put in the box or in the gooseneck compartment. So
17 on the back.
there's 17 just on the back. So he's gonna be able to be seen going down the road, which is what we want. So he's hooking up got a fuzz. Get off there. He's hooking up another battery to the headache rack, so they're all lit up. And then we're gonna shut the lights off and actually look at what it's gonna look like in the dark. So far, I'm very impressed. I've only got half the lights off, and it's pretty bright back there. So when he gets hooked up, I'll shut the lights off, and I'll show you what she looks like. As you can see, it's pretty bright. He's still having trouble hooking up the brake lights on top. But keep in mind that these ovals right here are just on the tail light, and that one up there is on the brake light. So these down here are the same brightness as the one up there when he's got the brakes on. But that's not even all the lights, and it's lit up like a Christmas tree. So, how happy are you with this, Harm?
I think there's too many lights now. I think I'm gonna be able to see that too.
And There's the reverse lights.
That's just 2 of them.
Yeah, if remember, there's supposed to be 2 more down here too. I hope you can see.
I'm gonna leave these on a switch so I can flash someone when they got their brakes on behind.
Sounds like a good way to get
In theory,
in trouble.
those were for hooking up gooseneck and loading gooseneck after dark because we have a tendency.
We do a lot after dark, so yeah, the more lights we have on anything, the better. That's why the 806 is as lit up as it is. And that's why my truck is as lit up as it is. Even though this far tops that. I may have to get some more lights for my truck.
Ready to start drilling holes in the bedside?
I've been talking about it. I'm talking about getting more lights, but in time. Well, we made some pretty good progress today. So, with that, it's going to be the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. Share it and send it to everybody you know. Yeah. Stay tuned for the next part. We're going to finish the wiring, and then before long, it'll be ready to go on the truck. So, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.